Hey guys, welcome back to Steph's Deluxe Kitchen. I'm Steph and this is my kitchen. So today we are going to make a cheddar jalapeno biscuit recipe. If you are doing keto or low carb, you do not have to be deprived if you want bread, because there are some really good recipes out there. And I found one on Pinterest that I really love, and it was brought to you by Keto Connect, I believe is the source of this recipe. And the recipe will be in the link in the description. And this is a really good recipe that you can use at any time. I do it for Thanksgiving, I do it for Christmas, I do it just for breakfast. It's so good. And it is a base recipe and you can add whatever spices you like. This one calls for jalapenos. You can add jalapenos or you can omit jalapenos. Today we're going to add the jalapenos and a little extra spice that's not mentioned in the Keto Connect description in the recipe. I add garlic because I really like garlic. If you don't have to add garlic if you don't like garlic, and some people say that if you add that Old Bay seasoning, I think that's what it's called, it may taste like the Red Lobster biscuits. And the texture of these biscuits are like Red Lobster biscuits. So let's get started. So I'm going to show you the ingredients that are in this cheddar jalapeno biscuit recipe. It's super simple. I use almond flour, and this is again the super fine almond flour. It's really good for baking if it's super fine. We're going to use some pink Himalayan salt to taste. I add garlic. So there is not garlic mentioned in the Keto Connect recipe. So if you just follow my video, you can add garlic. This is granulated garlic. You're going to use some black pepper to taste, some parsley flakes, some baking powder. And if you are doing keto or gluten-free, you want to make sure that your baking powder is gluten-free, which this one is. We're gonna use some heavy whipping cream, some grass-fed butter, an egg. We're gonna have some shredded cheddar cheese and 1.5 jalapenos diced. And this recipe doesn't necessarily need a mixer to blend it all together. In fact, it's actually better if you use these bad boys, because the butter you're going to use really cold, and mixing the very cold butter and the almond flour, if you use a mixer, it doesn't mix very well. So you really want to get the butter and the almond flour incorporated really nice and great. So I'm not going to use a mixer. I've been told that you can, if you don't want to use your hands, you can use your food processor. If you have a food processor, I have not tried it yet, and if you'd like to do that and let me know how it is, feel free to do that. Okay, so let's get started making our biscuits. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 350, and this recipe, I like to have the dough set in the fridge overnight or for a few hours, because then it gets a little more firm and you can scoop it a little better. So the first thing you're going to use is 1.5 cups of almond flour, and I mix it in this kind of bowl just because I can get my hands in there and a little easier. So you might, if you're going to mix it with your hands, make sure you have a big enough bowl to stick your hands in there. Then we're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of the baking powder. So you're going to want to mix all of your dry ingredients in first, but not the parsley. So like your baking powder and your garlic and your salt. And now the salt is to taste. So you can Some people just cup it in their hand and toss it in there, or you can, I use about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, the peak Himalayan salt, and black pepper to taste. So however much black pepper you like, doesn't really, I like a little, that's probably good. That's again about 1/4 teaspoon. So once your dry ingredients are in the bowl, you're gonna give it a little stir, or you can use a whisk. I don't like to use a lot of equipment because I don't want to do a bunch of dishes, so I use whatever I have on hand. Okay, so I have all my dry ingredients, not the parsley, all mixed in here. And now I'm going to put the butter inside the bowl. So you want your butter to be very cold. Not frozen, but cold. And then you're gonna cube it, and it's the grass-fed butter, so it's super creamy, and it's kind of sticky. And I just sort of like scatter it around in here so it can get all around once I get in there and start mixing. So this again was 3 tablespoons of butter, cubed and cold. All right, so now I'm gonna mix it. So I'm gonna take off the single ladies. All right, so you just get in there and just start mixing and mixing and mixing until all the butter is incorporated into the flour. And you want it to be a sandy consistency once you're done. And I will show you once I get it all incorporated and smashed in there. So this is what you want your dough to look like. Once you have mixed it and got it all the butter incorporated into the flour, it's a sandy kind of consistency. So if you smash it, it goes like that, and then you just crumble it back up. And then the next thing you're gonna wanna do is mix in your wet ingredients. So now our dough is ready for the wet ingredients. And the first thing I'm gonna put in is the egg. So you just want 1 egg, and I like to whisk it in the bowl before I put it with the dry ingredients. I don't know, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. I just like to get it all whipped up. So then you're gonna pour that in. That's 1 egg. And then you're gonna use a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. Okay. And then you're going to fold in 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. And your parsley, and this is 2 teaspoons of parsley flakes. If you don't like parsley, you don't have to put parsley in. I don't really taste the parsley, but the recipe called for it, and I thought, well, guess who needs it? Then the jalapeno is optional. You don't have to put it in. If you don't like spicy, or if you don't like jalapenos, this recipe is really, really good, even without the jalapenos. So it calls for 1/2 cup of diced jalapenos, and for me, that was 1.5 large jalapenos. That's a lot when you put it in this recipe. So you may just want to use a 1/4 cup and not quite 1/2 cup, because it's a lot. For me, it's a lot. So once you have all of that in the bowl, you're gonna give it a stir. Really get it mixed in there, just kind of fold it all in. And again, I like to have this dough set overnight so it can kind of firm up for when I scoop it out, or you can leave it in for a few hours. So if you have a party or a dinner, you can just make this recipe in the morning and then scoop it out right before dinner, and it should be just fine. This recipe makes, it says in the link, in the Pinterest link, that it makes about 6 medium-sized balls, but we will see about that. Okay, so that looks about good. So this is what your dough is going to look like once it's all mixed together. And then you're going to put it in the fridge for a couple hours or scoop it out however you like. Okay, so my dough is ready to be scooped. It's nice and firm and cold. So you can use, I have these scoopers. If you don't have scoopers like this, I've used an ice cream scooper before that works really good. So for this recipe, I use the large. So we have, you know, the small, the medium. The large one makes really good sized biscuits. And again, if you don't have something like this, you can just use an ice cream scooper or just use a regular spoon. It's up to you. So we're gonna take a scoop and just dollop them on. Now for this recipe, I leave it the shape that it comes out. So when it comes out like this, I'll probably like form it a little bit better to make it look more appealing, but I don't flatten these out, of course, because they want to be a biscuit shape. And I want to get all of this goodness in here. So the recipe says that it calls for 6 medium-sized biscuits. Mine is making 5. So it all depends on how much you scoop. Okay, so I just want to make sure that it's all intact. And that looks pretty good. And once your oven is up to temperature, it should be at 350. You're gonna bake these for 17 to 20 minutes. So I would check after 17 minutes and see how they look. So my oven took about 19 minutes, and this is what they look like after they're all done. You can stick a toothpick into them and see if they're all the way done, but they're very delicate. So you want it to look a little golden brown on the bottom. And that's the Cheddar Jalapeno Biscuits. They are gluten-free and keto-friendly. And there's no sugar in it. I didn't put any sugar, so I guess it's sugar-free too. But they're super tasty, so I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna take a little taste. You want to eat them warm because they're good, and they don't need butter, but you can put butter on them. But I'm just gonna give it a little taste to see. Oh my gosh, they're really, really good. So thanks for watching my channel. If you like my recipes, please click the subscribe button and smash that like button. And you can follow me on Facebook. It's Steph's Deluxe Kitchen. And I will post when my next videos will be uploaded onto there and let you know. And again, thanks for watching Steph's Deluxe Kitchen. I'm Steph, and this is my kitchen.
And action.
Okay, so now that you're... Okay, wait, stop. So, due to movie magic, my dough is already cold and ready to be scooped. So,
and action.
so thank you for watching my channel. Wait, stop. What do I say? Thank you for watching my channel. If you like my recipe.
Yeah. If you like my recipes,
subscribe, smash that like button, and follow me on Facebook. It's Steph's Deluxe Kitchen, right?
yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, is it filming?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Thank you for watching my channel. If you like my recipe, why are you laughing? What is so funny?
So Valley Girl, like totally like, thank you for watching my channel.
All right.
Okay. And action.
So thanks for watching my channel. If you like my What's so funny?
I'm sorry. Okay, do it again. I won't look.
All right. Wait, come on. All right, you ready?
Yep.
So thanks for watching my channel. If you like, gosh, darn it. Edward.
I'm done.
Okay.
Here, I can just leave.
But I don't know, you're not gonna know when I'm done.
Yeah, I'll come back over.
All right. So thanks for watching my channel. If you like my recipes, all right.
You didn't stop it.
No, I don't know how to stop it.